Yo, YouTube, what is good, bruv gang? What's good? We are back with another video. Welcome to another edition of the Jrpg Roundup Show. Here on the channel, we got a big show for you today, guys, covering the Game Awards 2022. Got some huge Jrpg news on the way, so let's just get straight into it, man. So finally the time has arrived, man. The time has arrived. I was talking about it earlier in my previous videos as well. I was saying at the Game Awards 2022 we'd probably get some news on Final Fantasy 16, and we finally have a release date. Final Fantasy 16 will launch for PlayStation 5 on June 22nd, 2023. Square Enix have announced at the Game Awards 2022. I am so excited for this game, man. I cannot wait for this game to drop. This is one of my most anticipated games of 2023. So we got a lot of news to cover here with Final Fantasy 16, so let's just get straight into it. So first off, we got some news about the various different editions of the game and what each of them will include. So starting with the physical edition, it will include the standard edition of the game, the full game, base game package including reversible art. We have the deluxe edition, which will include the full game, base game package including reversible cover art, special Clive Rosefield steelbook case, a steelbook case featuring artwork of Clive Rosefield, the protagonist, cloth map of Valisthea, a cloth map of Valisthea where the story unfolds. We have the collector's edition, which is a Square Enix store exclusive. The pre-orders are open for that on December 12th. We have the full game, base game package including reversible cover art, collector's box, a beautiful metallic sheen box featuring impressive artwork by legendary Final Fantasy series illustrator Yoshitaka Amano. We have the premium statue, Phoenix vs Ifrit, a premium statue depicting a battle between two icons, Phoenix and Ifrit, which by the way, guys, looks absolutely incredible. I will be leaving screenshots on screen so you guys can see anyway throughout this video as well what each edition offers anyway. Moving on, we have the metal icon pin collection, a premium metal pin collection featuring 8 icons. We have the in-game weapon Bloodsword, the fabled Scarlet Steel of Firion, hero of Final Fantasy 2, digital mini art book, and digital mini soundtrack. Moving on to the digital editions of the game, we have the digital editions, which features the standard edition, full game, the deluxe edition, which includes the full game, digital mini art book, digital mini soundtrack. The pre-order bonuses for this game include the weapon Braveheart, the accessory Kite Sith Charm increases the amount of gil you can get when equipped. Accessory Scholar's Spectacles, not included with physical standard or deluxe editions, increases the amount of experience points you gain when equipped. We also have some bonuses that will be available at listed retailers, so Square Enix Store, the Realms of Valisthea wall banners, 6 inches height printed cloth banners, GameStop, the Realms of Valisthea patches, 2.5 inches height printed cloth patches, Best Buy Final Fantasy 16 pre-order steelbook. So moving on to the meat and drink of this article. So here is a brief overview of the game via Square Enix. Final Fantasy 16 introduces gamers to an all-new standalone story in the Final Fantasy universe, an epic dark story world that takes place in the realm of Valisthea, a land blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals and where peace falters as the spread of the Blight threatens to destroy their dominions. The fate of the land is decided by icons, powerful and deadly creatures and their dominance, men and women who have been blessed with the ability to call upon and wield them. This is the tale of Clive Rosefield, a warrior granted the title First Shield of Rosaria and sworn to protect his younger brother Joshua, the dominant of the Phoenix, icon of fire. Before long, Clive will be caught up in a great tragedy and swear revenge on the dark icon Ifrit, a mysterious entity that brings calamity in its wake. So moving on, we have some more gameplay details via PlayStation blog. Jump into action-packed battles with impressive iconic powers. As the first full-fledged action RPG in the Final Fantasy series, designed for the PlayStation 5, Final Fantasy 16 features unique battle systems where you can fight, not only utilizing iconic powers woven into your swordplay, but also controlling icons yourself. Switch between Clive's icon skills one after another in speedy real-time action battles and participate in dynamic battles taking on the role of an icon as they clash against each other. You'll spot some of the new systems we're introducing in the game in the trailer above, which I will be showing throughout this video, so you guys will be able to check out as well as you follow along, so you can learn more about them below and discover how they'll help you fight fire with fire among other elements. So moving on with the blog, we have titanic clashes. When rival dominants come head to head, epic battles between their icons ensue. Iconic action. Clive utilizes the power of multiple icons in breakneck battle. Play your way. Myriad accessibility options allow anyone to experience Clive's adventure, from seasoned action gamers to those who just want to enjoy the story. We're introducing a story focused mode recommended for those players who are less comfortable with action games and wish to focus more on the game's story elements. In this mode, Clive will automatically evade some attacks and epic iconic combos can be triggered with simple button presses. Action focused mode, where Clive's every action is controlled by the player, is available for those who are confident in their skill or want to test it. A hero's best friend. Trust trusty Torgal takes to the field. Another outcast from the Northern Territory is taken in by House Rosefield. Torgal was found alone in a snowfield during one of Archduke Elwin's expeditions to the freezing north and gifted to his sons upon his return. After somehow surviving the disaster that nearly ended the Rosefield line, he was reunited with Clive over a decade later and now serves his master with the same fierce loyalty he did when he was but a pup. In battle, Clive's faithful hound Torgal is never far from his side, and when enemies approach, he does not quail. Not only can Torgal attack enemies, but he can also mend Clive's wounds, and if Clive times his orders right, the two can prove a devastating duo. The more the merrier, because sometimes fighting fate is more than a one-man job. At certain points in his adventure, Clive will be joined by certain stalwart allies who will fight alongside him, the composition of his party changing as the story develops. Unlike Torgal, these party members do not take orders directly from the player but fight as they see fit. One of these party members, Sidolphus Telamon, known to his friends as Sid, is a soldier turned outlaw that strives to build a place where persecuted magic casters, bearers and exploited dominants can die on their own terms. A man of science, he also conducts research into how one might live in the Deadlands, as he and his band of fellow heretics must. Sid is also a dominant, the power of the icon Raymer having awoken within him shortly after he landed on Velesvian shores. No doubt it was this power that saw him rise through the ranks of the Royal Weleder army, where it would seem he crossed paths with a certain Benedicta Harmon. So before we get into anything, I just want to say how hype I am, man. I'm so hyped that we finally got a release date for this game. I had a feeling that at the Game Awards 2022 we would get a release date. I was kind of saying in previous videos as well that we would probably get it maybe at the Game Awards or probably sometime early in the year, but it was so dope that we did get it at the Game Awards 2022 the other night. I was super hyped. Finally got a release date of June 22nd, 2023. Officially confirmed. This game looks absolutely incredible from the trailers, from the gameplay trailers as well. The gameplay mechanics as well, what's going to be included in this game. The icon battles look absolutely incredible. I can tell this game is going to be absolutely insane. One thing that I did kind of take away from this as well was the play your way part of the blog as well. The accessibility features of this game, that is basically pretty much is catered to players as well who do not play action games, which I think is incredible. It means that players who have never played a Final Fantasy game, or this might even just be their first ever action game, it just gives them more incentive to actually play. It's going to be more open and more inclusive to newer players of the game as well, and of the franchise. This might be their first ever Final Fantasy game. They might be scared off basically by the amount of gameplay mechanics within this as well. But I love the fact that they've just got a mode in accessibility features where it's like you can just enjoy the story, you can enjoy the gameplay as well without having to feel too pressured with too much of the action and everything else that's going on within the game. Also, I want to say a big shout out as well to Torgal. I really love Torgal's design, man. Torgal, the dog/wolf basically. He reminds me of Jrpg from Tales of Vesperia. If you guys have ever played that game, I love Jrpg. Jrpg is my guy. I really love the gameplay mechanic that they have with him as well. The way he kind of plays with you as well is kind of like a, kind of synergize basically. He's going to be a healer, but he can also do damage as well. So I really like that as well. So I cannot wait for this game to drop, man. The designs as well, the character designs for this game look absolutely incredible. Of course, we already know Final Fantasy kill it all the time with character designs. The main characters as well, Clive, it looks really dope as well, man. So I cannot wait for this game to drop. That is Final Fantasy 16 finally has a release date of June 22nd, 2023, and I definitely will be picking this game up as a day one. So let's move on to the next piece of news. So, publisher Nintendo and developer Intelligent Systems have announced a Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass, and this does mean that the game will be getting day one DLC at launch. So here are the details about the Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass. Obtain Emblem crystals to engage with more Emblem characters and get support items and new accessories with the paid downloadable content for the Fire Emblem Engage game. Pre-order the Fire Emblem Engage expansion pass today and download Wave 1 when it becomes available to meet Edelgard, Dimitri and Claude as one Emblem bracelet, and take on Divine Paralogs to get Tiki as an Emblem character. As more waves become available, you can test your mettle in even more Divine Paralogs, obtain Emblem characters and accessories, and experience a brand new story and added characters and locations. So, downloadable content Wave 1, which will be available from January 20th, 2023, which of course is the release of Fire Emblem Engage, will include the following. So, first off, we have additional emblems. Emblem bracelet for Edelgard, Dimitri and Claude will be added. When a unit wears the Emblem bracelet, they will receive stat boosts, including a 20% increase in earned EXP. Note you will receive the bracelet immediately after viewing the event on Lookout Ridge in Somniel. Emblem bracelet for Tiki will be added. A unit wearing the bracelet will have improved stat growth when leveling up. Note bracelet becomes available after clearing the newly added Divine Paralog map. Support items: Boost, Seraph Robe, Energy Drop, Spirit Dust, Secret Book, Speed Wing, Goddess Icon, Draco Shield and Talisman. Note you'll receive these the first time you visit the Somniel after Chapter 5. New accessories received at the boutique in Somniel: rare set, frilled band, big ribbon, single earring, round specs. Note you'll receive these the first time you visit the boutique after Chapter 6. Silver card: when you possess this item, in-game purchases in the armory and item shop will be discounted by 30%. Note you can find this item in the newly added Divine Paralog map. So moving on to downloadable content Wave 2, this will be due out by January 31st, 2023 alongside Wave 3 and Wave 4. In downloadable content Wave 2, this will include additional emblems, support items, consumable items and crafting materials, plus new accessories. In downloadable content 3, this will include additional emblems. In downloadable content Wave 4, this will include additional story, new characters, new maps and a separate story from the main chapter-based story, plus additional classes. So with the release of Fire Emblem Engage right around the corner, I was actually so excited to see that we got some news on Fire Emblem Engage at the Game Awards 2022. I kind of went mental as soon as I saw the game come on screen. Now, granted that is day one DLC that will be added to the game. I kind of am on the fence with day one DLC. Granted, if you do the day one DLC right, and of course what you're offering within the downloadable content waves, if they're good enough and you're adding enough to the story as well and adding enough to the game frequently with updates, I can get behind it. Now, I did have a problem with Soul Hackers 2's day one DLC because a lot was kind of hidden behind the paywall, especially a lot to do with the story, especially because the main story itself was very short. I will be leaving a card on screen as well so you guys can see that video that I kind of did talk about the day one DLC. There's some day one DLCs that I do mess with as well. SMT5 comes to mind immediately, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as well, and there's even more DLC that actually needs to be rolled out for that game as well, which I cannot wait to see what else they do with that game, because of course that game is huge. This day one DLC did actually draw me in as well from what was advertised as well. I'm a big fan of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I do love Claude, I do love Edelgard, and I do love Dimitri, especially Dimitri and the Blue Lions. I do love their story so much. So I actually cannot wait for this day one DLC. I actually will be picking it up. I have pre-ordered this game. I got the Divine Edition, so I'm definitely hyped for this game. So that is Fire Emblem Engage. We'll be getting day one DLC and expansion pass, and Fire Emblem Engage is due out for the Nintendo Switch on January 20th, 2023 worldwide. So let's move on to the final piece of news. So publisher Amazon Games and developers Bandai Namco Online and Bandai Namco Studios will release free-to-play multiplayer online action RPG Blue Protocol for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC via Steam worldwide in the second half of 2023. The companies have announced a beta test for PC will run in the first half of 2023. So here is a brief overview of the game via the game's official website. Developed by Bandai Namco Online and Bandai Namco Studios and published by Amazon Games, Blue Protocol is a free-to-play multiplayer online action RPG where you become the hero of your very own sci-fi fantasy adventure. Explore the beautiful, dangerous world of Regnus in an immersive multiplayer experience with deep character customization and action-packed combat. A vast world and immersive adventure. You're on a quest to uncover the truth about your origins. On your travels, you meet people from many worlds and make new friends with whom you share your adventures. Eventually, you find yourself facing an inescapable destiny that will determine the fate of planet Regnus. The overuse of technology has created a distortion of space-time, which will eventually engulf planet Regnus and cause its destruction. To change that fate, you and your friends must travel to an unknown world in search of the truth and the solution. Action-packed combat. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced player. The action-based combat system features controls that are customizable and are able to match any playstyle. Your class is dependent on the weapons you choose, allowing you to adapt to challenges without changing your character. Switch between 5 different classes, each with unique skills that add damage multipliers, healing, and elemental effects that can be modified and leveled up. Equip combinations of skills, modifiers, and summon echoes, mystical creatures derived from the planet's power that bolster your abilities or aid you in battle. Deep customization. Your character is an integral part of Blue Protocol. Enhance your adventure by enjoying complete character and combat customization. Control how your character appears with custom facial features, hairstyles, outfits and accessories, and express their personality with gestures and dances to create a true-to-you character representative in-game. Explore the vast world of a variety of mounts and craft custom weapons and gear for a truly unique experience. Multiplayer adventure. Work together as a team of other players to tackle quests, fight boss battles and engage in massive online raids against towering monsters. There are 3 options when entering any dungeon: raid or mission, solo, matchmaking and recruiting parties. Solo lets you go it alone, matchmaking randomly connects you with available players of a similar level, recruiting parties lets you browse the parties who are taking on the same challenge. If you choose to go solo, don't neglect giving aid to someone in the same area to get bonus rewards. If you decide to make more formal arrangements, you can expect additional damage and added bonuses, such as HP regen. In addition, players in parties pull some items that enemies drop, making it easier to complete certain quests and adventure board challenges. So I really thought that was dope to see that we got some more news on Blue Protocol at the Game Awards 2022. This is actually a game that I'm actually looking forward to, man. This game looks really dope. A competitor basically to Genshin Impact, which of course has been dominating that online action RPG scene. From the gameplay as well, this game looks really cool, man. As I did state in a previous video as well when I talked about this game, the main character does remind me a little bit of the Tales of Arise main character. It's slipping my mind now, his name, Alfin. There we go, Alfin is the name. I was literally just about to forget. Alfin is the name. He does kind of remind me of Alfin in terms of his design. Of course this game is made by Bandai Namco as well, so that's kind of why the similarities are there. But nonetheless, I'm actually excited for this game. This game does look really dope, and of course from what I'm reading as well, this game looks like it's going to be a really fun game as well that you can spend hours on as well. So I actually cannot wait for this game. I hope we do get a release date very soon, but it will be coming in the second half of 2023. So that is Blue Protocol, which will be available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series and PC via Steam worldwide in the second half of 2023. So 100% be on the lookout for that, any fans of online action RPG games. So that'll do it for this edition of the Jrpg Roundup show here on the channel, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this roundup of all the Jrpg news from the Game Awards 2022. Please let me know down below which game you are most excited for. Please like, sub, share if you're new, hit that notification bell so you get notified for my videos first, and I hope I can be you guys' #1 source for all Jrpg news. So from me to you, this has been your bruv, the big bruv, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Peace.